India has unveiled its biggest ever defense budget, 7.85 lakh crore rupees, or about $86 billion. That is up from 6.81 lakh crore last year. That's around $74 billion. But this number is not just about size, it signals a shift in mindset, from reactive defense to long-term preparation. From managing borders to modernizing battle readiness. Let us break this down. Out of that 7.85 lakh crore, 2.2 lakh crore has been set aside for capital expenditure. What does that mean? Capital expenditure, or CapEx, is the money spent on buying new weapons. New aircraft, new tanks, new submarines, new systems for surveillance, targeting, and response. This is money to build the future military, and the increase is significant. Last year, this figure was 1.86 lakh crore. This year, 2.2 lakh crore, or about 23 billion. That is an 18% increase in 1 year. Why now? The answer lies in India's threat landscape. In May last year, India and Pakistan exchanged artillery and missile fire. The standoff lasted 4 days, but it pushed both sides to the edge and took both armies back to war postures. Pakistan responded by raising its defense budget by 20%. India has responded by spending smarter and heavier, not just on force levels, but on advanced platforms. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh made it clear this is about modernizing all three services, the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. And the roadmap is already visible. India has cleared a massive fighter jet deal, 114 Rafales to be acquired and co-produced with France. The price tag? In billions of dollars. But more importantly, this fills a long-standing gap in air power. Then there is the submarine deal with Germany. It is still being finalized. But if it is signed, it will be one of the largest defense agreements in India's history. For years, one of the biggest criticisms of India's defense budget was this: too much went to salaries and pensions. Less than a third of India's defense spending was used for buying new equipment. The rest went into fixed costs, like salaries, pensions, and administrative overheads. This year, the shift is clear. 2.2 lakh crore rupees will be going directly into new assets. That is a deliberate rebalancing, and it is happening alongside another major change. India is shifting away from imports and pushing for domestic production. Make in India now applies to missiles, drones, artillery, naval vessels, and AI-based defense systems. What India is trying to do now is build a self-reliant defense ecosystem. Not just rely on foreign technology, but build it, design it, test it, and deploy it. That means investing in research, in the domestic industry, and in skilled manpower. This budget does not give us full details on R&D spending, but it does send a signal to defense startups and PSUs to gear up. There is another thing worth noting. India's strategic posture is also evolving, from border security to maritime dominance, from low-end skirmishes to high-tech deterrence. This means creating space for new technologies, from satellites and space-based systems to cyber defense units and autonomous platforms. This budget begins to fund that transition, but ultimately, it all comes down to execution.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, First Post America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is First Post America.